is Leon Meowser, and I'm your host for War of the Rebellion, Stories of the Civil War. I've thought long and hard about how I want to do this podcast, and I've decided I'm just going to keep it conversational. I'm not terribly good with production values and so on and so forth, so this is just kind of what you're getting. I'm not a professional historian. I do try and plan on being your fireside Civil War history book reader, but I have a full-time job, a fantastically wonderful girlfriend, awesome family and friends, and I've been kicking around this idea of doing this podcast in my head for a while, and I'm finally taking the plunge. So I hope you guys will stick around as I expand how this podcast is going to be. I'm pretty excited about it. So let's talk about what this podcast is and what it's going to be in the future. So first and foremost, this podcast is going to be focusing on reading regimental histories by the veterans of the American Civil War. And what is a regimental history, you might be asking? Well, I've got a great quote here from Timothy Orr. Regimental histories were and still are a popular subgenre of Civil War history. They catalog a regiment's campaign by describing its organization, personnel, training, battle action, and casualties, although each author's style differs. Regimental histories usually follow a lengthy, sentimentalist narrative. And that's the end of the quote. So let's talk about where this podcast is going. Reading regimental histories is something I'm very excited about. I can't wait to kind of show this kind of little hidden part of Americana that was kind of forgotten about, unless you're specifically looking for it, so to speak. I was in the military myself, and these stories definitely connect with me on an intimate level. And it's one of the reasons why I wanted to get them out there, is sometimes when I read them, I can imagine the people that I served with myself. Like, I can swap them out, because we never change, America, and I love it. The book that I'm going to be doing is called The Maltese Cross, is the first book that we're going to start. It's Antietam to Appomattox, The Loyal Uprising in Western Pennsylvania from 1861 to 1865, the 155th Pennsylvania Regiment, narrated by the rank and file, was published in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania by the 155th Regimental Association in 1910. I plan on doing 2 episodes a month. Initially, I was hoping I'd be able to maybe start off at 4, but I'm just not that good with editing yet. And as time goes on and I get better and maybe quicker about it, then I'll start doing more episodes per month. But it's going to be 2 episodes initially. I've also got a YouTube channel called Leon Meowser. Just to get this out of the way, it's named after my favorite Warhammer Fantasy character and a cat who left me for an older woman. So it is brand new, so if you're listening to this on release day, it will have nothing on it. But if you are from the future and you're just discovering this, hopefully I will have some Civil War songs from time to time, maybe some readings from books and other novels, and I just wanted to give you a little taste of that, of what I'm talking about when we come to this great writing. This is a poem from the book Hardtack and Coffee, or The Unwritten Story of Army Life by John D. Billings. It's a fantastic read, but there's a particular poem that stood out to me, and I want to try and convey why I want to bring this from page to audio for you all to enjoy. This is a poem that was composed by Private Miles O'Reilly. We drank from the same canteen. There are bonds of all sorts in this world of ours, fetters of friendship and ties of flowers, and true lovers' knots, I ween. The girl and the boy are hound by a kiss, but there's never a bond, old friend, like this. We have drank from the same canteen. It was sometimes water and sometimes milk, and sometimes applejack, fine as silk. But whatever the tipple has been, we shared it together in bane or bliss, and I warn to you, friend, when I think of this, we have drank from the same canteen. The rich and the great sit down to dine, and they quaff to each other in sparkling wine, from glasses of crystal and green, but I guess in their golden potations they miss the warmth of regard to be found in this. We have drank from the same canteen. We have shared our blankets and tents together, and have marched and fought in all kinds of weather, and hungry and full we have been, had days of battle and days of rest. But this memory I cling to and love the best. We have drank from the same canteen. For when wounded I lay on the outer slope, with my blood flowing fast, but little to hope, upon which my faint spirit could lean. Oh, then I remember you crawled to my side, and bleeding so fast it seemed both must have died, we drank from the same canteen. Man, it just sometimes just gives me chills reading the amazing kind of lyrical writing that these guys were able to accomplish. One of the reasons why I want to bring it to everyone else. So it'll be things like that that's going to be on my YouTube channel. I'm going to have 2 episodes I'll be doing every month that you'll be able to listen to. We'll have an additional episode and a private community for those that are going to become Patreon subscribers. If that's something you want to do. If you want to support the channel. If you want to reach out to me, I'll also have my email there. And thanks for coming in and listening to my ramblings for my very first episode for War of the Rebellion, Stories of the Civil War.